Welcome back to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos, your daily dose of what were they thinking? I'm your host, and today we're talking about one of the most bizarre heists in recent history. We're talking about thieves who broke into a palace. Yes, a palace, and stole a toilet. But not just any toilet, a golden toilet worth almost 5 million. Let's get into it. Alright, so this story takes place at Blenheim Palace in England. This is a historic estate, beautiful grounds, fancy architecture, the whole nine. And in 2016, an Italian artist named Mauricio Catalan created an art installation for the palace, a fully functional toilet made entirely of 18-karat gold. It was called America because, of course it was. This thing was valued at about 4.8 million pounds. That's roughly 6 million US dollars for a toilet. And it wasn't just sitting in a case somewhere. It was installed in a bathroom. You could actually use it. Imagine going to a palace, needing to use the restroom, and sitting on 6 million worth of gold. That's a whole different bathroom experience. So, in September 2019, a group of thieves decided they wanted that toilet. And they didn't just break in and try to unscrew it or something. No, these guys went hard. They broke into Blenheim Palace at night, ripped the toilet right out of the plumbing, and were gone in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Now, ripping a toilet out of a wall is already chaotic. But ripping a golden toilet out of a wall in a historic palace? That's next level audacity. And here's the thing. When you rip a toilet out of the plumbing, water goes everywhere. The palace reported significant flooding and water damage from the heist. So not only did they steal a $6 million toilet, they also caused a bunch of destruction in the process. Just absolute chaos. But here's where the story gets even more raggedy. The thieves got away. They loaded this giant golden toilet into a vehicle and disappeared into the night. And to this day, the toilet has never been recovered. It's just gone. So, where did it go? Investigators believe the thieves melted it down. Because here's the problem with stealing a famous piece of art. You can't exactly sell it. Everyone knows what it looks like. It's been all over the news. You can't just put it on eBay. So, the theory is that they melted the golden toilet down and sold it as raw material. Which means this 6 million work of art, this toilet was essentially turned into gold bars and sold off piece by piece. The artist, Mauricio Catalan, said the toilet was meant to be a satirical commentary on wealth and excess. It was supposed to make people think about luxury and inequality, and in a way, the theft kind of completed the message. Because nothing says wealth and excess quite like stealing a golden toilet and melting it down for cash. It's like the thieves accidentally became part of the art. Now, the thieves didn't completely get away with it. In 2025, several people were arrested and convicted with connection to the heist. The ringleader, a guy named James Sheen, got 4 additional years in prison on top of a 19-year sentence he was already serving for other crimes. So, this man was already in prison for 19 years, and he still managed to coordinate a golden toilet heist from behind bars. That's either impressive or incredibly stupid. I'm not sure which. 2 accomplices also got prison time and community service. But the toilet? Still gone. Forever lost to history. Melted down, scattered across the black market. Okay. Let's talk about why this crime is absolutely unhinged. First of all, they stole a toilet, a functional, installed toilet. Not a painting, not jewelry, not cash, a toilet. I don't care how much gold it's made of, that's a ridiculous thing to steal. Can you imagine the planning meeting for this heist? Alright boys, here's the plan. We're breaking into a palace. Ooh, what are we taking? Jewelry? Art? Nah, the toilet. The what? The toilet. It's made of gold. We're taking the toilet. And everyone just agreed to that plan. Second, they pulled this off in 5 minutes. That means they had to scope out the palace, plan the heist, break in, rip the toilet out of the wall, load it into a vehicle, and escape. All in 5 minutes. That's efficient. That's organized. That's kind of impressive, honestly. But also, you used all that skill and planning to steal a toilet. Come on. And third, the fact that it's just gone, melted down, destroyed. This was a piece of art. It was satirical, sure, but it was still art. And now it's just raw gold somewhere. The artist spent time creating something that was supposed to make people think, and the thieves destroyed it for cash. That's peak raggedy behavior. So, what have we learned from today's raggedy crime? Lesson 1. If you're going to steal something, maybe don't steal something that requires plumbing removal. That's just asking for trouble. You can plan the perfect heist, execute it flawlessly, and still end up in prison. So maybe just don't do crime. Golden toilets are apparently irresistible to thieves. So if you own one, maybe get better security. And honestly, I feel like there's a lesson here about art and value and what we consider worth protecting. But mostly, I'm just stuck on the fact that someone stole a toilet. A golden toilet from a palace in 5 minutes. That's wild. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If you enjoyed this story, share it with someone who appreciates truly bizarre crimes, because this one is up there. Tomorrow, we're talking about a man who tried to evade police by dressing as a woman, complete with a feather dress and cardigan. And spoiler alert, it did not work. So make sure you tune in for that. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and maybe don't install any priceless golden toilets in your home. This has been Raggedy Crime and Chaos. I'm out.